So, today we're gonna go ahead with the book The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer, and we're gonna finish up with it today. There's only, I think, 2 chapters left. If I remember correctly, it's gonna be 19 and 20, even though, yeah, it's actually only 19 and 20. I think that I've gone through 18 already. It kind of seems to be, familiar, but yeah, I think so. So as I've been talking about it in the last episode, it is way too less that I've left out here for today. But yeah, it is what it is. Untethered Soul Theme 19, God. If you want to be close to God, eternal conscious bliss, learn to be joyful. One of the ancient names for God in the yogic tradition is Satchitananda. Eternal conscious bliss. God is ecstasy. God is as high as it gets. If you want to be close to God, learn to be joyful. If you remain spontaneously happy and centered, no matter what happens, you will find God. This is how you know something about God. You become one with Him. Ultimately, I don't want to point out with Him, Him, ? Well, ultimately, the only way to know about God is by letting your being merge into the being and then seeing what happens to you. This is universal consciousness, and the qualities of the beings who have attained this deep state are similar in every religion. Such a state exists. One can merge into the universal absolute. One can merge into God. Or eternal and conscious bliss. Whatever you're willing to refer to this figure, I would say. I'm not gonna go into religion. It is what it is. You do what you do. I don't care. And the greatest gift one can give to God is to be pleased with His creation. Meaning with who you are and with what the world is. Once again, amor fati, love, faith. You're you. You are who you are, and it is what it is. Of course, through surgeries and through also quote-unquote natural things like having a better diet and exercising and whatnot, you can change yourself mentally and physically. But in the end, you're going to be you. There's going to be some things that you can't really change unless you actually have an operation or something. Or surgery, not operation, surgery, I'm sorry. And I know it is what it is. You have to be pleased with who you are and you have to accept who you are, especially when it comes to sexual orientation, when it comes to skills, talents, and all of these things. You are who you are. You can't change something about that. It is what it is, and you have to live with it. And of course, there's 2 ways how you can live with that. First of all, you can be pretty happy about it and stoked and pleased and accept it. And on the other hand, you can be unhappy about it and not accept it, which really is up to you. And you decide basically. You decide what you do and you decide what type you are and what side you're taking. Untethered Soul Theme 20, Death. The best teacher of life is death. What gives life meaning is the willingness to live it. If you're living fully, a death doesn't take anything from you. If you're living every experience fully, then death doesn't take anything from you. There's nothing to take because you're already fulfilled. That is why the wise being is always ready to die. It doesn't make any difference when death comes because their experience is already whole and complete. It is truly a great cosmic paradox that one of the best teachers in all of life turns out to be death. Regardless of your philosophical beliefs, the fact remains that you were born and you're going to die. During the time in between, you get to choose whether or not you want to enjoy the experience. It really is up to you, and it really is not about your circumstances. Of course, they do matter. Of course, they can change some things, but they're not going to change the whole entire experience, because in the end, they're changing it from an outside perspective, but in the end, it really depends on how you think about it. Of course, I'm living in a fucking middle European country, Austria. I'm living there, I'm having the best life I can actually have, and of course, I'm still miserable sometimes. And it is up to me. It's up to me, whether I think about my life in this way or in that way. It is up to me. I'm in control of this. I'm in control of what my life looks like, and everybody is. Of course, some people are in worse circumstances. Some people have a a more difficult starting point than I had. I've had a really amazing starting point. This is also one of the reasons why I think that making something out of myself and doing something with my life makes sense, because I've got a really great head start compared to other people. Of course, once again, there's going to be some other people that are having a way better start than I had. It is always going to be the case. There's always going to be people that are better than me, or that started out with better conditions, circumstances, whatever you're willing to refer to it. But in the end, we can work, we can do something, and we can't be the best at everything, There's going to be some really talented and really hardworking as well people that are just they're gonna be better than us because they have been talented and they are talented. And then if they just really work a lot as well, they're really gonna get fucking amazingly good. And it is what it is, I can't do anything about that. I can do my best and live with it and accept my life, and also work on my talents and work on what I'm good at. But in the end, it's all about acceptance. It is all about seeing what you have and dealing with it and living with it and being okay with it. But of course, as I said, you can work for things, you can make yourself better, you can make your life better, you can make other people's lives better. A little bit of a rant. It shouldn't take death to challenge you to live at your highest level. Why wait until everything is taken from you before you learn to dig down deep inside yourself to reach your highest potential? A wise person affirms, if with one breath all of this can change, then I want to live at the highest level while I'm alive. I'm going to stop bothering the people I love. I'm going to live life from the deepest part of my being. Learn to live as though you're facing death at all times, and you'll become bolder and more open. If you live life fully, you won't have any last wishes. You will have lived them every moment. Only then will you have fully experienced life and released the part of you that is afraid of living. There is no reason to be afraid of living, and the fear will fade once you understand that the only thing there is to get from life is the growth that comes from experiencing it. Life itself is your career, and your interaction with life is your most meaningful relationship. Everything else you're doing is just focusing on a tiny subset of life in the attempt to give life some meaning. What actually gives life meaning is the willingness to live it. It isn't any particular event, it is the willingness to experience life's events. Which I think is amazing as well. The whole paragraph is amazing. There's so many amazing things in the summary. It's insane. It's probably one of the most amazing books, spirituality-wise, that I've been going through in a very, very, very long time. And there's some other thing that I have highlighted. That is, no matter what happens, just enjoy the life that comes to you. I want to repeat, no matter what happens, just enjoy the life that comes to you. No matter what is coming, enjoy it. Try to enjoy it. Try to accept it at least, but also try to enjoy it. Try to make the best out of it. Try to make the best out of you with your given talents and your given circumstances and your given whatever. Because you can do something out of your life. You can make something out of your life. You can do something with what you've had and what you're having. So fucking work on it. And there's actually some other highlightation that I'm having. I don't even know if this is, no, it's probably not English. The truth is, everything will be okay as soon as you are okay with everything. And that is the only time everything will be okay. And as soon as you're not, of course, there's going to be some change in things. Things are going to change. Things are going to be different. Things are going to alter. So you decide to use life to free yourself. You become willing to pay any price for the freedom of your soul. You will realize that the only price you have to pay is letting go of yourself. Only you can take inner freedom away from yourself or give it to yourself. Nobody else can. It doesn't matter what others do unless you decide that it matters to you. Nobody else can. It doesn't matter what others do unless you decide that it matters to you. Amazing. It's just an amazing book. So freaking amazing. But I really wonder that I haven't gone through it already. Maybe I thought, well, it's just some sort of this spiritual book, this spiritual thing. It is what it is and whatnot and blah, blah, blah. But no, it's actually pretty amazing. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty nice. And as always, the link to the summary is going to be down in the description. This is the fourth episode as far as I can remember. And yeah, if you want to check out all the other episodes also on the podcast, then please do so. It is amazing. I can really recommend this book and or this book summary. But I still think, since this summary is so detailed and so in depth, that I can also recommend the book per se to people and or you in that case. Yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And I don't know. Let's actually Google him. Michael Singer. Is it Michael Allen Singer? I don't know. It probably is. Let's have a look. Is best-selling author, meditation center founder, and a former software programmer. His two books, The Untethered Soul from 2007 and The Surrender Experiment 2015, were New York Times bestsellers. In 1975, he founded Temple of the Universe, a long-established yoga and meditation center for people of any religion or belief to experience inner peace. On the business side, Singer is a notable figure in the medical software industry. He created the Medical Manager, one of the first programs that helped medical practitioners to digitize their medical records. Medical Manager is now a recognized achievement archived in the Smithsonian Institution. When Medical Manager was acquired by WebMD, a billion-dollar public company which focused on medical data management, Singer continued as executive vice president, physician software strategies, and head of research and development, and chief software architect of WebMD practice services. He resigned from WebMD in 2005 and focused on writing. Publications: The Search for Truth from 1974, 3 essays on universal law from 1975, The Untethered Soul 2007, and the last one is The Surrender Experiment from 2015. The Surrender Experiment is Singer's second best-selling book, which is in fact an autobiography. In this book, Singer describes his journey of how he became interested in meditation, how he started the Temple of the Universe and the Medical Manager Corporation, etc. The central theme of the book is his attempts at surrendering yourself to life itself, or not letting his personal ego intervene with the flow of life, and how he achieved amazing things as a result. He also identifies that the 3 Pillars of Zen from 1965 by Philip Kablo and Autobiography of Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda were responsible for starting his lifelong exploration of Zen and spirituality. Like his first bestseller, his book also managed to become a New York Times bestseller, which apparently is not that of a big deal, since the New York Times bestseller list is managed by the New York Times. And so they decide what book is on the bestseller list, apparently, at least according to Seth Godin, as far as I can remember. But yeah, which could definitely be the case. I'm just not judging. It is what it is. I don't care at this point in time. Maybe I will care at some point in time, but at this point in time, I don't really care. But amazingly interesting person, I have to say. And I'm also going to show him to you. So this apparently is him, I guess. No Google, you're not going to get my location. I'm not going to give it to you. Fuck off. There's actually a 2019 book as well. Living from a Place of Surrender, maybe, I guess. I can't read the whole thing. And people also search for Eckhart Tolle, Gary Zukav, and Tony Robbins. Yeah, I think that I'm going to end the episode there. So I wish you best health, happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're going to rise self and you're going to be remembered. This basically means your legacy, basically means just being a nice person, that being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change, and what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions. Hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. One last question and a thought that I have you is: what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed going to change their life? Because I totally believe from the bottom of my heart that we all can say something, that we all can communicate something that is indeed going to change somebody's life. And with that being said, hopefully going to see you next time, and bye-bye. Take care of yourself, your family members, and all of your loved ones. Yeah. See you soon. Hopefully.